A lot of times you don't have access to two executives where you can ask them questions that are on your mind about anything to do with the police work, or questions in general. If we can ask, we'll give you our opinions. What time was that question? Because I have one from Joe Mango at 5:50.
Oh, then go to Joe Mango first, because this was PB at 06:35.
Let me scroll back up. Joe Mango at 5:50. Inspector in Chief, do you guys know Tom Galati is now Deputy Police Commissioner for Suffolk County? I don't remember if you guys talked about it last week. Did you know Tom?
Oh yeah, I did. Another, I think he was the CO of the 4-6. A very, very good cop. I know that he extremely intelligent. The only thing that guys, and I knew guys that worked with him, my good friend Bobby Olson and a few other guys I knew worked with him. He loves to work. He's a workaholic. Like, he had like 2 or 3 guys that would where he surrounded himself with his little team, and those guys were always working. So, but yeah, I think he makes he'll make a good addition out there in Suffolk. So I think that it was a good pick, definitely. And yeah, no, I think he's a good guy. So
yeah, I think he's a consummate professional.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Hard X Core says I'm slipping on military time. You're right. I wrote it down only because YouTube puts the PM on it, but it was actually PB asked that question at 18:35. I want to go military time.
18:35 PB. All right. We're in charge of one borough, ESU, or all 5 boroughs. Does each ESU report to a borough commander or just one commander?
Yeah, so ESU has trucks in each of the boroughs. So you go 1 through 10. There's 2 trucks in Manhattan, truck 1, and then in Upper Manhattan is truck 2. So each patrol borough gets their own truck, and they all report to the main ESU headquarters that are out Floyd Bennett Field. That's run right now by a 2-star chief, Carlos Valdez, and that's who they all report to. They specifically do not report to the borough commanders. However, when a big job happens and the borough commander can become the can be in charge, can be the incident commander. ESU also reports to SOD, Special Operations Division, where I was the XO. So under that, we also had aviation, harbor, mounted, the strategic response group, and they all report to SOD as well. So
all the boys with the toys.
That's it.
But yeah, and like I've said many times in the past, I said it when John Latanzio was on the show, former ESU detective. That was a great show. Go back and check out that interview. I was the incident commander as the highest ranking on the scene several times. And what did I do? Guys, what do you got? What do you need? Because they are the experts. So, good men. All right. Samara wants to know, did either of us have the London Fog type jackets? No execs wear them anymore. 1 or 2 do. I'm not going to blow up anybody that might be in Housing Borough, Brooklyn, that might still own one and wear one. But absolutely not.
I did not have one. I didn't want one. There was a guy, I don't know I think his name was Timothy. He was a borough inspector, not the Timothy that became Miami and eventually the first dep here, but he had one, and this goes to the second part of Samara Cohen's question is why not? I don't know. It just, to me, it seemed he was an older guy and he wore that jacket and he kind of just strolled in with his hat. I mean, it was definitely a command presence when you saw that jacket, and it was pretty cool. But I don't know. I didn't think the functionality of it for me was I didn't think it really worked, you know. So that was just my personal opinion. Do I think the coat looked good? Yeah, there were guys that actually, you know, looked very, very good in it. So
Yeah, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't my thing. I was a street guy, enforcement guy for my entire career. I just thought that was like more old school. It really was. I think once that was that that was the guys that never came out, and once the job changed and the executives were more active and interactive, I think that kind of went away.
yeah. And to answer Marlon, it was a different Timony. It wasn't Timony's son. It was definitely a different Timony. So
And Hardcore wants to know if you knew James McInerney.
I did. Jimmy was a great guy. Military. I think he was a master gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Wow.
He also drove Petraeus. Is it Petraeus? The general Petraeus. He drove him. I think it was in Afghanistan. But Jimmy was phenomenal with tactics, and he did teach with Frankie Pinto and a couple other guys down at Floyd Bennett Field. And you know what? And he wasn't the type of guy that would just teach, but he would go out there as well. But he was a straight up guy, a great guy, a guy that I would go to and say, Jimmy, was this done right? Was this tactically performed right? A top notch guy, really, really good guy.
All right. Anybody else have anything else to ask us? Any suggestions for future shows? You can pop them in there also.
Ron, at 1919, now I got to use military because Hard X Corps is telling me. 92 Charlie just asked a quick question. Marlon addressed it, but he asked a quick question about his son, because I think his son is on the job, and he's a little 3 years on the job, and he was a little concerned about his son. It was 92 Charlie at 1919 hours. So, I mean, he asked about he's scared for or nervous about what his son's going to do. And I tell you what, I would wait to see who becomes the mayor. And like Marlon said, there's other options, and there are other law enforcement agencies out there that you can go. There's big signing bonuses. There's a lots of things. So, I don't think that's it on the job. He's come up in 3 years. You're right. It is a concern. And if my son was on the job too. My son took the test and he was going to be on the job. And then he told me he didn't want to do it. And he ended up going to be a police officer in Texas. And he loves that too. So, I mean, I hate to say, leave the job and go to another agency, but I know people get treated a little bit better in other agencies, and I would see let's see, and definitely keep his options open. I think that's what Marlon kind of alluded to. Keep his options open, but also stay where you are for now and see how it all plays out. So, and I always say, you should definitely, if you can, stay for the 5 years so you can still vest out. And then you still get you'll get a pension then in another 15 years, or whenever you hit I think it's the 22nd or 20th now. I'm not sure, but as soon as you get that, and then go to another agencies if you feel that the department's gone in the wrong direction, and get a pension from them too. So that's my stay on that.
You've just watched a clip from our live episode. Click the description to watch the full episode. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this.